Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey.
How are you, my friend?
Quite well.
Doing all right?
Yes.
Better than Isis?
Oh, I'm always better than Isis.
Not always.
I would not agree with that, but whatever.
As far as moods go, I would disagree highly with that statement.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Isis is in a sense of bliss most days.
Most days, not
Wandering
today.
around.
Not today's. No, he's.
What happened?
Well, a stew could be breaking
That's
out at
not
any
a
point.
stew.
I hope you brought your carrots and potatoes.
I
Jay.
ate my carrots, dude, but I do
did?
have some potatoes.
Okay, maybe some onions or whatever. Yeah,
Onions, nice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's what was thought to be a nice thing has turned sour with E. As you know,
As most of my life tends to.
our friend Eric Zane out there in Grand Rapids used to. I worked with him at Riff, and he was part of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, nationally syndicated show for a long, long time, and has his own show now on the west side of the state. And he was interested. He reached out to me, wanted to talk to Josh Reel about the premiere of the Red Wings Russian 5 movie. He wanted to talk to D-Mac, and so I hooked him up with that. And then he was like, "Hey, E would be a good interview too," you know. And I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah," you know. And so he was talking about having E on as a guest, which I guess will happen. And then he was like, "Hey, you know, I work with these comedy clubs here. You think E could he feature or headline a show out here?" And da da da. And I was like, "Yeah, he could feature for sure." And so I asked E and put them in touch because I don't want to be his booking agent. And so he was talking to E, and I don't know what happened, what went south, and who we blame for this. You blame Eric Zane?
No.
Is Eric Zane?
I blame people that are bitter and jealous, I guess.
We're not on the outs with Eric Zane right now.
No, fuck no.
Okay, good.
Oh,
'Cause
we're
I
good.
like Eric.
What happened?
Oh boy, yeah. So
I'm not going to say that's exactly what happened, but that's to me.
I guess Eric Zane reached out to one of the clubs and said, "Hey, I got a guy. You don't know him."
Here's the thing. Apparently he has this guy he knows that runs 4 different shows on the west side. 2 of them, no matter what, have contractual obligations with this place called Funny Business. So I'm not part of Funny Business, so you can't do that no matter what. But he's like, "Well, I got these 2 other places. You know, maybe could you do one of those shows?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I mean, I could, always looking for people to do the feature role or whatever." He's like, "I'm going to be at this Laugh Fest basketball thing." Laugh Fest is this big comedy festival in Grand Rapids every year, and they do a basketball charity game at the end of it all. And he goes, "I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'll ask some of the people." Well, Zane...
Wait, hold on.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'll ask some of the people. So that means hold on.
Okay.
So that means he's going to talk to some of the other comedians. Go, "Hey, have you ever heard of this turd?
Right.
This retarded kid, Eric?
I happen to know.
Fady or Big E."
They'll be, yeah, that's the guy who tells that Chicago hooker story.
Right. And so he was going to ask some people, some comic friends, and it turns out Eric was familiar with them. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, ask them, but to vouch for him, basically."
He literally named 3. He goes, "Do you know these 3 people?" And I'm like, "Yes, I know all those 3 people." I wouldn't say like best friends, but I know them rather well. Known them for about 6 years or so.
And so this is for a feature slot. Now, the difference between a feature and a headliner is a headliner will do an hour and 15, and a feature will do 15 minutes.
I see where this is going.
Before his... It's not funny, Jay. This is your boy. This is not funny. So a feature will do 15 minutes before the
which I've already done, by the way, several times.
Right. So E, what happened? Your boys vouched for you.
I guess by the way, I'm not even gonna say who they are because I don't fucking.
No one will know who they are.
I know, but people no, it's easy, dude. Are you kidding me? You look up people on Facebook. I'm not doing that shit. But I pretty much assume he asked the people that he mentioned to me because he's like, "Hey, would you know these guys?" I'm like, "Yes, I know those guys." And so what basically I got the text back from him saying that he had talked to those guys and they knew who I was. And the text that he worded it as was like, "Yeah, he's an open micer. He's okay." And fuck these guys. Fuck. I know who they are. I'm not going to fucking do that. But fuck these guys.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's rough, man.
Yeah.
It's bullshit is what it is. But
yeah, that is kind of shitty, dude. There's a lot of jealousy in the comic world. A lot of jockeying for position.
Sure. Yeah, all 3 of these guys work shit jobs they hate.
Oh, wow. Boy, look at E lashing out.
I've never seen E so
nothing
so
like
angry.
forgiveness.
And Yeah, so
I'm not in the past. I'm not at the area of forgiveness yet. I'm at the area where I just found out an hour ago, and I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers. I know who you are, and fuck them, man.
are you going to say anything
No,
to him next time you see him?
I don't know, man.
How about
honestly,
next time you're receiving the key to a city on the steps of a city hall?
There
will
you go.
right,
dog them
exactly.
out?
They've just made it into whatever we do next. They have made it into the shout out for sure. Anything that I'm flown to do across the country for this podcast I work on.
And lastly, fuck you, blah, 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 blah.
Right, Johnson, how dare you say I'm okay at an open micer?
Dude, I have no delusions of grandeur of what I am. I'm not a headliner in any capacity. I'm barely at feature level. But to
I don't agree with that.
Okay, but well, whatever. But I mean, but for them to say that like they know me and I'm an okay open micer is
that's
bullshit.
a shot, dude. That really is a shot.
Consistent from all three, huh?
To be an
I don't actually know. I mean, it just says that he said that's who they said. That's what they said.
Okay,
he didn't
got
say
it. Got it.
Yeah.
So to be an open micer right there is just like kind of a shot.
Yeah.
You know, open micer.
Well, he's an open micer.
Well, he does open mic gigs, but he also does paid
but
gigs
to describe
and does well.
someone, well, he's
an open micer, and then
I wouldn't say that. I would not describe
myself.
I know,
let me defend you for fuck's sakes. So to say someone's an open micer is kind of a dig right out of the gate.
Definitely.
And then to be an okay open micer.
Wow.
That's bullshit.
And to know that these are like people you know or friends or something. I mean, if your friends are going, he's an okay open micer, you might as well have just said, the guy sucks balls, don't have him here.
Yes.
I mean, that's basically what happened. And, you know, in E's defense, you know, I was worried that Jay, you know, we're very supportive guys, as people know, especially of E. We would never do anything to harm him at all.
Constantly pumping him up.
Always, always. You know,
have we blown too much smoke, you think?
That's what I was worried about. Do we go there and we want success for him so badly that we're being supportive even when he blows? And so that's when I called in Mark Ridley. Mark Ridley is, you know, owns Ridley's Comedy Castle, very successful club, has been in the comedy world for decades. And he's the guy that personally scouts every comedian that comes through there. If you send him a video of you doing something or email him a video, he will watch it. He might only give you 30 seconds and go, nope, doesn't have it, delete. But he personally watches every fucking video to see what is going on. And so I sent him one. I went, I want you to be brutally honest with me and tell me if there's anything here, because I think he's good, but are Jay and I too close to it? Are we too close to the fire? You know, that we're not seeing the trees through the forest. Is that how that saying goes? The forest for the trees?
You got
this. Sure.
Yeah.
One of those two.
He's a tree, and we're not able to see through him to the creatures in the forest or something like that. And so he said, very, very good. And I said, and I was fingers crossed, please say he blows and sucks so we can come on the show.
We can just move on, yeah.
Shit all over him.
Shit all over him and be done with this,
Exactly.
this little project of his.
Right. And so he got back to me and he said, your boy is definitely good. I would say he could feature in any club in America right now. He's already there.
He said he still needs
to work on.
Yeah, I remember.
He didn't go all out like blowing you.
I remember it.
But he said, look, man, your guy has these things he can work on, and this was, I don't know, a year ago.
Yeah, probably.
But he said your guy right now, Eric, could feature in any club in America. I'd have him in any of my clubs, you know, whatever. And so that says something. You know, he wasn't going to just say he was good. And so to have these no-name fucking
here's what
comics taking our boy E down a notch.
The three that I'm talking about, they're like what would be considered a working comic in the sense that like they'll get a gig in Myrtle Beach or, you know, Des Moines, Iowa or Indiana. I mean, they'll get weekend gigs. They do. But they all work real jobs still. Like none of them are, you know.
So who are they to call you an open micer?
Well, and that's not even what bums me out. It's just that I've literally known them for like 6+ years, and the one of them that I'm thinking.
It's just sad, man.
Dude, one of them that I'm thinking of
brutal.
Is like I have done shows with him where he has 100%. Now, granted, this is back in my days when I was living in Holland, so I don't see him as often. But he used to regularly be very complimentary to me. And I know I'm not. It doesn't matter, man. It is what it is. It's just one of those things in life where it's a bummer when you have people that you. I'm not looking for them to say, "Oh yeah, dude, put this guy on the road." But 15 minutes in a Muskegon fucking bar on a Friday night, go fuck yourself.
Oh boy, that was a shot at Muskegon a little bit. I heard that. To point out a Muskegon bar.
So it's not Detroit. It's not. I'm not talking even Ridley's here.
It's not a major market necessarily, but. I don't know if I'd go shooting, you know, Muskegon.
You know what I mean.
I know. Well, I just want to be clear. Are we done with Eric Zane now?
No.
You sure?
No.
Because if we need to write that son of a bitch off, I think Jay and I can do that.
No, I'm glad
for
he
you.
actually showed me the text. I'm actually glad. I prefer that. I don't like these. I do not. When I ask people about stuff that I'm trying to do, I really do like actual responses. So when he showed me the text saying that, I'd rather have him see that than him kind of just, throw it down and go like, hey, man, I don't know. It turns out he's a little full for the next few months or whatever.
That's what I'd have done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had the heart.
I'll get back to you in a few months.
Kick the can down the road.
Yeah. I'd rather
circle back
see
to
that.
this next June,
Yeah.
So the club, are we boycotting the club?
I don't even know what the clubs are. So
we'll figure that out. If we need to boycott, we will. So we're in good standing with Eric Zane still.
Yeah.
You don't hold any grudge towards him.
No, it's not his.
He's the messenger.
He actually is nice to me. He's been very complimentary in his text.
All right. So Eric Zane is good for right now, but he's on watch. He's put on notice now for hurting E's feelings with the truth. The club is okay so far, and those comics, what are we supposed to do? Go there and boo and hiss them?
I honestly...
He's not ready to disclose who they are. So.
Right, I'm not going to do that. I really seriously am considering, though. I don't go there that often anymore. That's a problem. But once I'm trying to get a newer car, I'm trying to save up to get newer, older car. That's why I haven't been making some of the further treks. And when I get that, I'm going to start doing those again. And I'm a terribly bad at confrontational stuff. But I might fucking say something. I really might. I mean, who am I?
You
should, man.
I'm not going to be come at
them. I know their
with
shit
that, right?
talk got back to you.
I'm not going to come at their face, but I'm going to be like, dude, you couldn't stop up for me and be like, dude, he can do 15 minutes. I don't know, man.
I don't think there's anything wrong if you run into one of those guys going, hey, by the way, thanks, bro, for looking out.
I'm very nice to them, by the way.
Blow me, but Jesus Christ, dude, someone calls for a reference for me to do 15 minutes at a club, and you call me a fucking
Make him feel guilty too. You could be like, you know what? If that were me, I would never do that.
I wouldn't, for one, by the way.
You go.
But two, I actually really this is something I try to do because I know that this is something I enjoy doing, and I'm okay at it at times. I'm bad at it a lot of times too.
At what, stand up or the podcast?
Both, but but I really try to be a positive person, and I share a few of these people. I don't keep saying this and saying their names, but a few of them I've shared their shows before, like, dude, you should come see this guy. One of them was in Waterford like 6 months ago, and I shared his post like, dude, he's going to be in Waterford, man. Funny dude. I can't make it out
anymore.
this night.
Those days are over.
Right.
Over. Done.
See ya.
Hey, E, you mentioned needing a car. Maybe you give Gabara and the lovely leprechauns at Zot Ford a call.
You know what I should... Do you care if I say something before you read? I am looking over there. I'm looking more at a used car. And honestly, the thing that I like about them the most is that they are really good at updating. Like, they have an app where you can look at used cars and you can filter like, oh, I want this year or this style. And it's really well done. And it's
user-friendly.
Very user-friendly and updated very regularly. So like right now, I've got a certain amount of money saved, and I'm actually looking at it like once a week. Just kind of see, okay, is there something I should jump on? So
very good, Isis. Hey, and you listeners, you can lease a new car from Zot Ford and Holly. Lease a new 19 Ford all-wheel drive Escape or new 19 Ford EcoSport as low as $82 a month. Yup, $82. Or lease a new 19 Ford Edge or new 19 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 as low as $97 a month. Zot Ford keeps the green in your pocket. Take advantage of these charming payments before they disappear.
Hell yeah. So we got some tickets to give away today, Jay, for the red carpet charity event of the Russian 5 movie.
It's quite a value, Mike.
Absolutely it is. And Josh Reel called today and was like, hey, man, he's going to pop by tomorrow for a bit. And they've got a big event going on Friday. So it's kind of last minute. And so we have another pair of tickets we'll give away tomorrow when he's here. But we were thinking maybe for, just to give them away to someone that can go. How about the first member of the Detroit cast that emails in? And Jay, you've got timestamps, right?
Oh,
so you'll know. You're on this.
That is how email works.
Yes. Yeah, you'll be able to tell. It's chronological.
Yeah.
Someone can't sit there
trying
and
to
be
make sure.
I email at 7 a.m., not 10 p.m.
No.
So if two people email in right now at the same time and it's like bloop, bloop, you'll know.
I'll know.
No, it still comes in an order.
All right. Just want to make sure it's not alphabetical and some guy gets
latest one will be on top, at least in my system.
I don't do email that much, so I don't know these things. But the first one who can go emails in, we'll give you a pair of tickets to it. These are not bullshit. These are like $160 a ticket.
Yeah, email jay@detroitcast.com.
And what you get. So this is Friday, this coming Friday, March 22nd, 6 to 11, and it's going to be at the Imagine Theater in Royal Oak.
Nice. Great location.
Great spot.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Be our guests at the Russian 5 red carpet charity event March 22nd. All of the proceeds from the event will be donated to the Vladimir Konstantinov Special Needs Trust. Doors are at 6 p.m., and then there's an exclusive film screening at 7, Afterglow party at 9. Tickets come with popcorn and beverages. During the movie, the Afterglow party is sponsored by Stoli, and so they'll have Stoli cocktails and food will be served.
Nice.
Yeah, so you get all that stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it's all for a good cause. The money going to Vladdy. So
This is well beyond the usual ticket giveaway.
absolutely,
It's a lot of value there.
Hell yeah.
So first member to email me, jay@detroitcast.com, gets these. Make sure you can go.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah.
We don't want these to go to waste.
Yeah, members are they're our smartest listeners, so they'll understand that. So the first one that can go, again, it's Friday, so if you can, like 2 days from now. So there's that, and like I said, we'll give another pair of tickets away tomorrow because Josh is going to stop by for a few. And yeah, they're doing these premieres all over the place, all over the state, really trying to hype this up, and it's worth it. It's a great movie. We've seen it.
It's a
I've
fine
seen it
film.
twice. I've seen it
Oh,
twice,
have you?
actually. Yeah. Went the night we all went.
Did you get a copy back here? Oh
No, you went with Beth
you
that
went-
time when
okay.
when Beth cried or something.
during the same festival.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes. That's like 2 days later or something. I went again with Beth, and yeah, it's great. People are gonna love it. You're gonna love it around here. You don't even need to be a Wings fan, but Wings fans will get a little something extra out of it. So, look forward to Josh popping by tomorrow. Speaking of the sports world, Robert Kraft. Boys, that story kind of disappeared with him getting blown.
I've seen
and-
headlines here and there about possible
Yeah.
plea deals and the prosecutor offering a bunch of these guys a
Yeah.
way out.
What isn't
They,
that
they
the-
don't want to go through trials on.
Yeah.
I know.
Didn't they net like 45 guys or something? During
Yeah,
this thing?
at least.
Yeah.
And a couple really high rollers. There was a couple like multi millionaires, maybe a billionaire in there. Kraft's a billionaire, so
God,
what
even
he's
billionaires
doing.
like to get off.
No, I get it, but if you're a
Their
billionaire,
penis stroke to completion, just like the rest of us.
there's a better way than having a 48-year-old woman and a 58-year-old
Maybe
woman
they'll-
jacking you off.
Maybe though there's something to it. Like if there was a few billionaires doing this, maybe there was something like at least in their minds, like, oh, dude, this is safe for sure, or some reason that multiple billionaires would have been at this place. You know what I mean? Like,
or like who was it? We've talked about it multiple times. The actor who went and got that nasty streetwalker chick.
Oh yeah, Divine Brown.
Yeah, 3 Weddings and a Funeral guy.
oh, Hugh Grant.
yeah. I mean, some of these guys might just be into that kind of street
What
shit.
the
you know?
danger of it, or like Hugh Grant? I could see you're just driving down Hollywood Boulevard, and it's like,
Probably fucked
what's
up.
going on over there? And you just pulled over, and it's like, hop in, sweetheart. It could be a spur of the moment. Maybe he was doing it all the time. Who knows? But
Hey,
this,
man, fetishes are weird. There could be some guys who are just into like nasty street tramps. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I'm
I
sure.
want, the more dicks they've sucked, the better. The more shit they've had inside of them, the
Just don't-
better.
I just don't get that. But
Yeah, it's not my gig, but
this, I mean, dude, he went 2 days in a row and then immediately flew to Kansas City for the championship game this year. I mean, it seems like he'd have more important things on his mind than busting a nut. Get this last nut off before I go. But they're saying there's
what
absolutely
does he have to do for the championship?
Yeah, what do you
game?
mean?
Yeah, that's true.
He's got to prep, got to watch film,
No, but
I
I
gotta
get,
bust that
gotta-
note so
no,
we can get the angst out.
got to
He's-
get Brady ready for the big game.
no, not that at all. What I'm thinking is he's got a shitload of family members and friends that are in contact, wanting to get on the jet to fly out there with him, and he's coordinating. And
I think
He's
the
not-
direct opposite. I think the guy has nothing better to do
Yeah.
than getting that last nut off.
He's not coordinating all that shit. He's got an assistant with an assistant, probably even doing
Yeah.
all that shit.
I mean, you just wouldn't think he'd be down in Florida the day he's flying to Kansas City. He'd be at home,
Yeah.
getting his rest, packing his bags.
I don't think that at all, but I think he'd be at a place in Kansas City. It's shocking that this Florida place is such a big deal to him, but I think he'd have a hand job place in Kansas City. Like,
Yeah,
like-
he should have one in every state. That's true, or at least every NFL city. You know,
Right.
so 32 of them. He should have 32 hand job, blow job spots. But they say there's absolutely no way he's taking a plea deal. What is the benefit to dragging this thing out in court? You would think he would want to go,
Yeah,
fuck
whatever.
it, I'll say I'm guilty, whatever. I'm not, but here's your $1,000 and fuck off. Leave me alone. No jail time, nothing on his record.
Maybe he's not guilty, Mike.
is there any chance he's not?
Oh no, he's fucking guilty as shit.
That's the
Oh,
thing,
he's
like-
guilty as shit. That's why I don't understand. Like, there's no way I'm not guilty at all of any of this. This is outrageous. It's like, dude,
They're telling-
you're on video getting blown. You're on video getting blown, and the day before you're on video getting
you were
jacked
there.
off.
You know you were there, dude. That's the thing.
You showed up in a different Bentley 2 days in a row. You drove one Bentley there, got a hand job. The next day you showed up in a different Bentley and got blown.
That's my hand job, Bentley.
Yeah.
Of course he shows up in that one.
Wouldn't dare get blown with that Bentley in the parking lot. So yeah, the deal that he didn't want to take. So they're like, yeah, it's expunged from your record. It doesn't really mean anything. We'll pretend that blowjob and hand job didn't happen. But you'd have to say that you would have been found guilty had we gone to trial. And you would have had to submit to an STD test. And he's like, fuck that, I don't do that. And then you have to go to a class, like a one-day class.
Oh, my God.
About,
My man rolling in.
Just sitting there. Prostitutes are bad class. Why you're not supposed to get... it's about it'd be an STD testing and take a class on the dangers of prostitution.
Does he have to take an STD
the
test?
danger. You would think the prostitutes would take the class on the dangers of prostitution.
STD test too.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, but he'd avoid getting a criminal record. That's cool. He's not even considering it, they say. 100% no way he's taking the deal. Kraft strongly insists he didn't do anything wrong, and he's going to take it and isn't going to take a deal that indicates he did. If convicted, he's facing a year, $5,000 fine. He doesn't care about that. 100 hours of community service. Imagine Bob Kraft on the side of the freeway in an orange vest, picking up trash
the thing is, though,
with that stupid stick with a nail in the end of it. Ugh.
He won't get any of that, though. Even if he's guilty, he's not going to be in jail for a year. Maybe he'll have some community service, but he'll be able to just do shit where it's like he'll bring Tom Brady along and sign some autographs at like a children's school or something, right? Like
100 hours of that. I think Tom's going to put up with that.
No.
well, maybe not,
don't.
but not Tom every time.
don't.
But I mean, he can come in there with footballs from official license and just throw them out and be like,
He's faking Tom Brady's autograph because Brady won't even give him 100 autographs. So it was at the Orchards of Asia Day Spa, and twice in a 24-hour.
Orchids.
Is it Orchids? Orchids? Yeah, it's probably Orchids. That makes way more sense. Sounds better too. Yeah, Orchids of Asia Day Spa, 24-hour period. So he visited on January 19th, and that's where he received, as they put it, hand stimulation. That better not mean they massaged his hand. That means that they put their hands on his dong, right?
It's probably what they mean, yeah.
Yeah. He had hand stimulation from 45-year-old spa manager Li Wang. Yes. Appropriate name, Li Wang. And 58-year-old spa employee Shen Mingbi. You want a 58-year-old woman jacking your dick off, dude? Kraft paid both women with a $100 bill. Not bad. The second visit was January 20th, just hours before he flew to Kansas City for the championship game. That day, Kraft received oral from Wang.
Oral to Wang.
Yeah,
Oral
right.
to Wang from Wang.
right.
Kraft, let's see, paid her with a $100 bill and another unidentified bill before leaving. I so hope it was a 2.
2 twos and a 1, yeah.
How cool would that be if he paid her
Another
100?
bill, an undisclosed bill.
Yeah, give her a 2.
So is this like locked down that he's on video doing this? Or this happening to him on video? It must not be, right?
Surveillance cameras police had hidden in the spa captured both visits. Kraft used 2 different Bentleys to drive to the spa. And, now they're just talking about
But the visit, what does that mean, that he walks in the door? Are we sure that he's on video getting the Wang?
Well, they're saying hand stimulation this day, 19 hours later, he's getting blown. That's pretty detailed. Mm-hmm. So why don't they go, oh, he doesn't want to take a plea deal?
But maybe Wang and what's-her-name said that, right? Maybe there's not video of it.
Well, if there is, why don't the police just go, oh, he doesn't want to take a plea deal because he's innocent. Well, here you go. Here's a 5-minute video clip we wanted to share with everybody. And just have him leaning back as some heads bobbing on his dick. And then his hand stimulation by 2 gross old Chinese birds.
Yeah, maybe the video isn't as locked down as you're thinking it is, Maybe it shows him walking in. Maybe Wang gave a witness statement or told police this is what happened, and the other chick does too.
Yeah.
And maybe it's less than that, and maybe he's like, you know what? I could fight this.
Yeah.
Got a simple massage.
He's got to have something in his head. It's probably about his wife, right? The kids.
Well, you know what, dude? I
gotta
looked
be
this
about
up.
the
His
kids and
wife's
the wife.
dead, dude. He got lucky, man. His wife died
Oh,
in
cool.
2011.
Really?
Yes.
Does he have a
Breaking
young
news.
Wait, does he have a yeah, this is terrible news. We didn't know
No,
about
I
this.
was like,
I think I
that's-
knew that. Did he marry someone else though? Did he marry some
No,
young thing?
he's just been dating. So like, here's a picture of him with a friend. They say,
Oh
like,
wow, that
actress
doesn't look
friend.
like his age wife. His
No.
wife?
Just love written in the stars. Right
Yeah.
there.
They say
got-
it's his friend, like I said,
Sure,
that's an actress,
sure.
whatever. But his wife died in 2011, so dude.
Does it say of what?
I don't know. I can see.
Yeah. Poor thing.
But he's lucky, man. All this,
Yeah, he doesn't have to deal with her. This is great news for him. Wait a minute, is this even a crime anymore? I mean, I thought he was trying to avoid, the whole thing of like cheating on the wife. But
Yeah.
if she died, I mean, what?
Right.
Boy, oh boy, what
Honestly.
a lucky guy. She passes away. What's wrong with him getting wristed off and blown in a fucking day spa?
It's the prostitution angle, I think.
But you know what? He can tell his kids to suck it if I were him. Like, honestly, what his kids
Yeah, what are they gonna say?
Hey, Dad, this is embarrassing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, take.
I'm a billionaire.
Don't
You're
want that
not.
money? You don't want that
Not
money?
yet. So, yeah, pipe down over there, son. The NFL, by the way, they insist that he will be held accountable for this, even if he's not found guilty and he
How
doesn't plead
and why?
guilty.
By the way,
Well, there's stricter rules for owners and management. They say the conduct policy states that the ownership and club or league management have traditionally been held to a higher standard and subject to more significant discipline. So I don't know what that means. What are they going to do? It's like he just go, dude, I've gotten blown with half the other owners. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there has to have been like DUIs or something amongst owners, right? And there's probably just a fine or something after
Yeah.
they embarrass the league by that, putting bad press out there.
Yeah.
And there's got to, some small fine that gets levied.
If you're an NFL owner and you're getting DUIs, come on, man. I mean, that's
I feel like there has been. Like
Really?
maybe
Probably.
Jerry
Probably.
Jones or
yeah.
maybe the
didn't-
Eagles guy or something. I don't know. I feel like there has
what
been.
about the
Yeah.
Indianapolis dude?
Yeah, there you
The
go.
Lush.
Oh yeah.
The Irsay?
Irsay, Jim Irsay. Yep. His dad was. Well, he was too. Jim, and I can't remember what his dad's name was, but yeah, the Irsay family has struggled quite a bit. I imagine the Davis family in Oakland. I so don't trust that son's haircut. He's got to be up to some shenanigans
Definitely,
for sure.
yeah.
Look, it says his wife died. I'm still trying to figure. I'm trying to figure out how, but I didn't read it. But in this article, it says they do think that he was left heartbroken. But Robert Kraft does have a girlfriend, however, named Ricky. Some young chick. That relationship appears to be complex, though. Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's not. She's dating his wallet.
Yeah, right. A 70-year.
So how old was his wife?
I don't. You know what? I have to see here when she.
Can you imagine the luck? You're in your 70s and all of a sudden the woman you married when you were 20, that's just like, fuck, man, look at the pussy I could be pulling. She drops dead, and now he's fucking courtside with 24-year-olds.
And
Love
it's
just
all
found him.
good, dude.
What are you
It's-
gonna do? All in the cards.
Right. It's all good though. He didn't. It wasn't like he cheating on his wife. Yeah, he's heartbroken.
Nope.
In 2014, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay was suspended 6 games.
Oh boy.
He was
yeah.
the
How's
owner was
the owner?
suspended
What's
6 games and fined $500K after pleading guilty to misdemeanor operating a vehicle while intoxicated.
Oh boy. So what does that mean? Suspended 6 games? He can't be on the sidelines. He's not allowed to watch at home. Like what is?
Yeah, he's
what
not
the hell
allowed to
does
be
that
at the
even
game.
mean? He can't go to the game. You can't go. I would put on a monkey suit and fucking sneak in. What are they gonna do? Take the team from you? Although in basketball they've done that before. Take the team from you.
Yeah, that happens.
We have seen that happen. Oh, that's funny. Wow. Well, we'll see where that goes. I mean, I would just want to like pay whatever I could and make it go away. That's what I would want.
I have to look more into this to see what she was. But under her, it's a very small Wikipedia page. But it does say that she was an American. I can't say this. Philanthropist.
Nice.
But like, was she or was he a philanthropist? And she's married to him.
No. She was a successful philanthropist. She took his money and then she would just like have charity drives. We're having a ball this evening. We're having a, bring your nicest gown. We're going to raise money for the orchids. We're going to raise money for the, whatever, whatever in their area needs help. They're raising money for pets or whatever. That's what they mean.
She died at 68.
68. Oh, boy, so now he's banging someone 40 years younger than that.
Something in it.
It sure is.
Damn.
Maybe if I was him, I would just tell the kids, I miss your mom so much.
Desperately.
That's why I'm getting blown by 58-year-old women because it's
58.
Yeah. That's how old the
At
one
the spa.
at the spa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I take these 23-year-olds now because it's just in the cards. It's just love. I can't help that we fell in love with each other. But to remind myself of mom, I go get blown at the spa by 58-year-olds.
There's a story.
She
not
died
bad.
of ovarian cancer.
Likely story.
Yeah, I want to check her ovarians and dig her up and check those ovarians. I want to make sure those are real diseased.
Hey, she should have had an annual physical, just like you should, to make sure that you're healthy. Well, what do you do, Mark Leibovitz asks, each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Do you do anything? Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call Mark today. We can't recommend him highly enough. Call him at 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark. Again, one of these guys, no cost, no obligation consultation. You call him up, you tell him your situation. He'll look at your stuff. If you're good to go, he'll tell you honestly, you're good to go. I can't help you. Or he can help you.
Yeah.
And you'll be really pleased with him. E, did you have something to say about Mark?
Always.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Thank you, Isis.
Yeah. Merck is one of those guys that's so honest, it makes me look twice at him. Like, is it possible he's too honest? He's too good of a guy. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, he's a good dude. What were you gonna say?
Oh, nothing. You know what? I was gonna say something. I held back. I can't believe you saw that. I held back.
I heard the breath.
I know. I pulled back.
I heard the intake. What was it? Now I need to know what it was.
I just, you know what? When you were saying that he was too nice to say, it was a thought I had the other day that I don't think it's maybe that original, but when people sit up at funerals and like, you know, the idea that someone like, oh, this guy just never had a bad word to say about anybody, and it's like, I don't trust that motherfucker. Like this idea that, dude, everybody has somebody they don't like, and then I always feel like it makes me feel like really shitty. Like, man, should I be living my life better? Is it bad that I have these grudges against people at times?
Yep.
It's like the idea that somebody's like, oh, he never said a bad word about anybody. Always positive.
Yeah, I never believe it either. Sounds too shady.
No. Yeah, he's. This guy was loved by everyone. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
I actually put that out on Twitter, and I had someone get back to me and said, we actually, in our obit about our grandpa, maybe I should pull it up what it said or something, but we had in our obit about him, we mentioned that he had a little bit of an anger issue and stuff, and kind of an asshole at times. And she said people were appalled by it.
Good. Let him be appalled for being honest.
Right.
Believe me, if I make it to some age, you'd have to die soon. But where I could speak at your funeral, believe me, I'll be like, oh, Isis had some enemies, and let's make no mistake about it. To the grave, he was really fucking pissed off at 3 young comics in Muskegon. That I can tell you.
I won't read the whole thing, but I do remember the one word I read in it because it was, again, there was other nice things. She ended up sending the obit to me because I thought it was so funny, and like there was nice things in there, but one of them just said was, you know, he could be a little quick to anger, and I just thought when I read that. Quick to anger is quite a statement because if you're described as quick to anger,
yeah, that means you left an impression on people that it so defined you that it was necessary to put in your obit. That meant that motherfucker was flying off the handle for decades at anything.
Quick to anger.
Quick to anger. Yeah. That guy had a real anger problem for sure. Moving on to other things. Disney, it's official now. They own 21st Century Fox. Boy, the rich keep getting richer. This is pretty unbelievable when you're paying $71 billion. They're all in the fight to be the next, Netflix and take some of these companies on. I guess it was about a year ago they announced that they had some deal worked out, and I think it closed yesterday at 12:02. Like for whatever reason, like at midnight Eastern time, they were able to finalize this deal and make it public. And so they say it reshapes the media landscape, makes Disney an even greater entertainment behemoth. The acquisition also puts Disney in a stronger position to take on Netflix and other streaming services when it launches its own service, Disney Plus, later this year. So who knows what the details will be about that, how much that'll cost. But Disney already owns Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars. They now get Deadpool and all the Marvel characters that Fox owned, X-Men, Fantastic Four. So the full Marvel family can come back together. Like they weren't able to before because different companies own different characters.
Marvel and Star Wars.
Oh, yay.
Shit. Yeah. And Pixar.
That's all we're going to see for the next 50 years.
Yeah. Pixar, too, like a lot. I mean, those are some major players in the entertainment world. So they now own, Disney also now owns former Fox TV networks such as FX, National Geographic. Disney will also get Fox's 30% ownership of Hulu, giving Disney controlling share of 60%. Now that Fox Corp has sold off most of its entertainment properties, it's become a standalone company. Basically, Fox Business, the Murdoch family or whatever, will own Fox News, what you know as, the Fox News channel, and then Fox Business Network and Fox Sports. But basically everything else, The Simpsons is now Disney's. So Disney had announced back a year ago, yep, we've worked the deal out to $52.4 billion. And then remember, Comcast came out of nowhere and was like, yeah, we'll give them $65 billion. And they were like, you motherfuckers. And so that looked like it was going to go through, and then they upped their offer to $71 billion.
Jesus Christ!
Why not just add $6 billion out of the top?
Are these people sitting in somewhere with the paddles? I mean, it's $70 billion.
It's hard to even comprehend, man. Wow.
$6 billion. Oh, they came in at $65 billion, did they? $71 billion. Where did that other $6 billion come from? Why not give them $65 billion in $1?
Yeah, don't they know how to negotiate?
Terrible negotiations. Just lob in another $6 billion.
Right, go a penny over and then see what they do from there.
Any novice watcher of The Price is Right knows that.
Absolutely. So they said that it was mostly motivated by fear. Fear of seemingly bottomless wallets of Netflix, Amazon, and possibly Apple to spend on new shows. So, yeah, and this is good, too, because the Murdoch boys, Lachlan, I think it is, and James.
Definitely Lachlan is one. I remember that.
Yeah,
name.
Lachlan and James will shore up their fortunes personally. They'll be able to finally have some stability and whatnot. There's also 4 other Murdochs who get in on the cash. I don't know who they are, but they don't play a role in the company. So I hope they get less than Lachlan, because he's been helping running Fox for years now with his old man. So also there are going to be thousands of people that lose their jobs. That's the other bonus to this, is that they say Disney's going to reshape and cut a lot of places and
trim the fat, right?
Consolidate their properties. They estimate about 4,000 people at least.
Well, they just spent this $70 billion, or it's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, they're gonna cut loose $71 billion worth of salaries in the coming year. So that's got to be good news for the folks over there. Like, oh wow, we acquired all this, but now we all lose our jobs. 4,000 jobs. That's quite a few jobs, man. I love these stories. These people on YouTube that want to be famous, just got to be famous on YouTube. And everyone thinks they're going to make money. We saw the one unfortunate guy, remember, one of our favorite stories, the guy that held the book up to his chest.
Oh, my God.
And had his girl, I don't know,
Mona Lisa.
Yes.
Take out like a 50 cal. I mean, it was like it was
ridiculous.
It was a heavy gun. And just shoot through here. It went right through the fucking book and right through his chest.
Point blank range. Just, this book will stop it.
We're filming for YouTube, so we're going to be huge. And they're retarded videos. They thought they were going to
be my God, baby.
Oh, my God, babe, this is awesome. Yeah. God, I remember him just, like, paddling down the river.
Yeah, and her fawning over him.
Yeah. Her doing him on the swing set. Are you pulling some of those?
I was trying to. Looks like the gun one, actually, which I thought.
No, they won't show that.
Yeah. No, I'll try.
Yeah. Any of those ones where she's, like, blowing him because you're so amazing, babe. We're going to be huge. And when we first looked at it, it was like 200 views.
Yeah.
It was like, ugh.
And they had a kid, right? They had a kid together.
Yeah. Well, did you hear about this woman accused of abusing her 7 adopted children in order to force them to perform in YouTube videos?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So she's just picking up kids wherever she can. She's basically taking the Joe Jackson, game plan, or and taking it to a new level. I mean, weren't there stories of Joe Jackson making Michael dance on a stove?
Yeah,
like to speed up his feet. So she was doing sort of like that. She's in Maricopa, Arizona, and charged with 7 counts of child abuse, 5 of unlawful imprisonment, and 2 counts of child molestation. Her name is Machelle Hackney. Operates a YouTube channel which has 800,000 subscribers and more than 250 million total views, which they say would have been worth about $2.5 million. It's quite a bit of money.
What do the kids do? Sing and dance? What do they do?
Well, it features her adopted children ranging in age from 6 to 15, performing in a variety of whimsical scripted adventures, often involving Nerf battles. Awesome. Dude, who doesn't love a good Nerf battle? And ending with the children facing the camera with a plea to like and subscribe. So behind the camera, life for the children was far from pleasant.
What's their names?
Her name was Machelle Hackney, Machelle. Already don't trust her. She should have an I in that name. So they
Oh
say
my God, have you seen this lady?
yeah, she's gross. What did you expect? You didn't think she was going to be hot, did you?
For that many viewers, you'd think there'd be something there, right?
Yeah.
She's just, ugh, she's like dog nut.
The kids were starved, locked in a closet for days, beaten with belts, brushes, and hangers. She used pepper spray on the kids' faces and bodies, including their dicks and balls, leaving them in agony for days. Forced ice baths and stress positions were her other favorite measures to ensure compliance. At least one of the boys. Fuck.
Go ahead.
Oh no. Sure, this will be good.
Yeah. One of the boys bled from hard pinching to the tip of his panus.
Oh.
What the belt wasn't enough. You gotta grab hold of his fucking dick tip and pinch it till it
I
bleeds.
didn't think that was a thing.
I didn't either.
It's diabolical,
It's-
man.
Is it the equivalent of the titty twister?
Oh,
it's worse,
God,
right?
I never considered it.
Grab that dong by the fucking helmet and just pinch till it bleeds out.
God.
Yeah, I know. I read that. I was like, at least one of the boys bled from hard pinching on the tip of his panus. Cops say. That's diabolical. Oh, flick it. I've heard of flicking it. You know, if you got a rager in front of a nurse and it's like, oh man, this stinks.
Just flick him in the dink.
Sorry about my hard-on, nurse. And then it's like whap right to the helmet. We had a nurse call into the show once and say that. You just give it a nice fucking pow right on the head. It'll just drop.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can knock that sucker down in no time. So, by some industry estimates, she could have banked as much as $2.5 million in advertising, and they say the site was still active yesterday, but has been demonetized by YouTube and is no longer running ads. Police were alerted by her biological daughter, which prompted a welfare check at the home. Cops became alarmed when they found one adopted child in a closet wearing only a diaper. Nice. And officers came in contact with 6 other children who appeared malnourished, dark rings under their eyes, and they stated they were thirsty and hungry. The kids told police that Hackney would use pepper spray all over their faces and bodies, then spank them, force them to take ice baths, and when resisting, would force their head underwater, as well as she will make them stand in the corner with their arms raised for hours.
It's hard to do, man.
Is it?
Oh, try it for 5
Dude,
minutes.
yes.
Is it like planking almost?
Oh my God, man.
Because I remember doing that with I had this nasty, mean gym teacher who would make us put buckets of water and then just hold that out.
Oh.
It's like, oh man, this stinks. This is burning, man. This hurts.
Yeah, same idea.
Yeah, she's gross. Raising my arms, dude. I could do this for days.
You think?
No.
Yeah. Look at me, dude. I've been doing it for 10 seconds. You can't even tell. Like it's no big
Okay.
deal.
Where are we at?
Actually, I'm starting to get a little. It's starting to burn a little bit. Yeah, Hackney denied the accusations, told police that the only punishment she uses is spanking and grounding and making them stand in a corner. Said she's never used pepper spray on the children, then cops find a couple canisters in her room. So, yeah, there's no reason to have 2 canisters of pepper spray.
You have it laying around, you know?
Well, but unless you're really using pepper spray, you would think 1 canister should probably last a lifetime.
It would suffice.
A lifetime. I mean, how many fucking weirdos are you running into?
Yeah, have you ever discharged pepper spray, ladies? All you ladies with it on your keychains? you
Yeah.
know?
Have
How
they?
often?
Shouldn't
Never,
be very
right?
often.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be conservative.
like-
You want to know for sure.
It's like discharging a service revolver.
Exactly. Her 2 adult sons, Ryan and Logan, were also charged because they didn't report anything. What happened? Headphones go out?
No, I just got an ocean sound in my ears, and I'm wondering if everybody has that. Sorry,
like you've got no, like
the whole
you, no,
show,
you
but-
just had a weird look on your face and you took your.
Yeah, I wanted to see if that.
Are you
Would...
hearing like you're listening to a like
It's
you
like
got a
there's a-
shell up to your head?
No, yeah, there's a mic open to an open window or something.
Huh?
Yeah, whatever.
is it
Maybe
a-
it's just me.
Is it relaxing in any way? Because
It is,
they
actually.
do
It's-
have
it's
soothing
calming.
sounds. It's a very common soothing sound. You know, sounds of the ocean, maybe some seagulls in the background.
I don't have the seagulls yet, but I'll keep listening.
Okay. So Ryan and Logan, nice job, guys. They actually knew the abuse was going on. They were like, they had a discussion. Should we call authorities about this? And then they decided not to. In their defense, if mom was bringing home that kind of cash, though, what do? Kind of puts them in a weird spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how much did you say that was rendering?
$2.5 million. It could. Estimates are. They don't know how much she was making, but if that shit was monetized for.
My God.
I know, right?
She's got these kids just, oh my God, they're just slaves.
And I think the dick tip pinch
Yeah,
is it's the worst, right? Ice bath or dick tip pinch?
Dick tip pinch, the worst. It bled. Doesn't bleed, maybe not. Maybe the pepper spray to the panus.
I don't think having your adoptive mom, why would she even, how is she even in contact with his dick tip? She like, you know the drill, pull it out.
Come on
now, turn around. No, I am not going to tan your hide. Turn around. Whip it out. Let me see it, and then just grab a little bit like a snake head. Just fucking squeeze that snake head. And then, what is it, a nail that digs in? Or you think can you pinch?
I'm imagining a nail, a long thumbnail.
Oh, fuck that nail. My mom used to do that, grab my arm. You know, I should probably call the police about that. It's been a long time. I don't know if statute of limitations is up. But she would grab you like that, and she could do that. You get that line there. It's like, your fucking nail. God, I would not want a nail digging into my dick tip. Gross. What's wrong with people? Jay, haven't you told everyone just be nice?
That's the thing, man. Just generally. Just generally.
Yeah. How about we treat each other nice?
You don't have to be overly nice. You don't have to be crazy about it. You don't have to go up and give people hugs. Just be generally nice.
Generally.
Let's start there.
California woman was arrested after her 96-year-old father and multiple pets were discovered living in a home stinking of shit and infested with up to 700 rats. See, that's not nice. Like, she could do better. He's 96. He's chaired up proper. He's in a house filled with shit and rats. Catherine Vandermason, 65, is being held on suspicion of felony elder abuse, animal neglect. Cops showed up. She doesn't want to let him in. So
I wouldn't want to either.
Yeah, I know, because you know what they're going to find. Feces and rats and an old man chaired up proper. So when officers, her 74-year-old sister was discovered at the house too and described as a possible victim. And so when officers asked to see the 96-year-old man, both daughters were like, we'll bring him out to you. You don't want to come in here. And so after gathering some more information, they came back the next day and had some more resources, some more power. And then they went in there. It was like, holy shit. The ammonia smell from cat piss alone, they picked up 20 yards from the house. That's how bad it stinked.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. They encountered multiple pets, urine and shit all throughout the house. How do people live with just shit piles?
I don't know, man. Remember we covered early on when I started the show with you, we covered probably the first day I was here. There was the lady who was chucking her shit up the stairs in bags, right?
Yeah.
She was shitting in Meyer bags, chucking them up the stairs. She had like a bungalow. Yeah. So much shit was up top there that it broke through the ceiling. It collapsed the whole floor.
Yeah. She was what we call a hoarder. And seeing her, she's just sitting on the couch and she's just like, man, what are we doing? Well, here's where we are. Her bathroom was so stuffed with crap that she couldn't get to it anymore. So the obvious solution is to just grab those plastic bags from Meijer, take whizzes and dumps in them, tie them up, and then just whip them up the stairs.
That's why they give you those bags.
Yep. Well, I mean, imagine the day that it's like, I don't know what else to do, man. I can't. I guess I just shit in bags now and chuck it up the stairs. Like,
out of sight, out of mind.
I wanted her deleted. I wanted her off the
Yeah, that was
planet.
a bit harsh. That was a little harsh, I thought, but...
What, to delete her?
Yeah.
No, you're not a human anymore. When you're shitting in Meijer plastic bags and tying them off and whipping them up the stairs, you're not human anymore.
Yeah, she's confused.
I don't know. It says it's the poop lady hoarder, so I don't know that this is...
I imagine there's several, but
right,
go ahead.
that's a problem. So I don't
kind
know
of
if
remember that. Well, let's see.
This is your lady or not. Your girl.
Put poop in a jug.
Look at that room.
Actually, by the time you put it in there, it's actually a dirty water jug is what that is.
Yeah.
Oh!
So that's what all those dirty water jugs are about.
My God, man.
I want to say that the reason that Shanna didn't get rid of all those bottles is because she's lazy.
But they're like...
I hope it's not
They're like milk
to her.
jugs. How are you shitting in a milk jug?
Maybe she's got a funnel.
This house has a septic issue.
Yeah.
It's supposed
That must
to
be it.
drained
Problem solver.
once every 4 years.
Look at the shit stains all over the toilet.
And
God.
There's still some space in the toilet, but I don't want it to.
Well, how would you even
overflow.
sit down based on the...
So
They've got a
I've been
plunger right
using
there. They should
a
use it.
bucket.
Look at this.
Dude.
A
That
5-gallon
When
Home
the
Depot
bucket is full of
bucket.
pee and poop,
Oh,
How does she even
it's
pay for her
really hard
house?
to lift it.
It's hard to lift it. It's so filled
they
with
just put it in a
shit.
smaller bucket.
dude! Oh my God! No!
And
This is
I take it outside. and
severe
empty it.
mental illness.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
My
god.
neighbors could view it as being odd that I
Oh,
don't.
no,
think?
yeah.
You think?
Look at this.
No neighbors have said anything to me about it either, though.
Yeah, if you're capable of that, they don't know what else you're capable of.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Why is she
My
even-
God, man.
Dude, that whole house is, how much are they shitting and whizzing? Why wouldn't you just like, oh, you know, garbage comes by on every Tuesday. Why don't we just throw some of these in the garbage and try to get some of them out of here? What are you collecting them for? These are like, and they're buying expensive water, dude. These are Aquafina bottles. It's not like they're buying Meyer brand and getting a huge deal.
Oh,
Those
this
are like-
goes deep, Mike. This goes deep.
These are like these are like 2 liters of water, and somehow they're shitting in that tiny nozzle. They must be sticking that thing right up to their butthole.
Either that or you're right, a funnel of some sort. There's no way to physically do that.
They don't look like real problem solvers. Like, I can't get my shit in the hole. Like, why don't you grab a funnel? Mama, where's my shit in funnel?
Oh, they exist.
Shit in
People,
funnel.
oh my God.
God damn it, where's my shit in funnel? I had to use it to change the oil. God damn it, stop using my good shit in funnel.
I always want, for real, like I said, I wonder how do they even pay for their house? Is it paid off?
Probably
or s-
paid off.
And
It's
then
probably
there's
some shack.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, it doesn't look like a real expensive,
No.
I
exclusive
understand that,
neighborhood
but
E.
still, there's taxes and stuff. Like,
How do you get to a point, like, don't you at some point take stock of like, did I really just shit into an Aquafina bottle in my own home and then wipe my ass and just like, don't need that anymore, and just chuck the fucking shit? I'm telling you, when E shit his pants in New York, not to bring up a sensitive subject, E, that fucking room stunk to high heaven. It stunk.
I agree.
He was in there with those shit fucking things for 2 minutes when I walked in and went, oh shit, man. Human feces is not a good
Yeah,
scent.
raw above water poo.
raw.
That's tough, man.
Oh, it is. And even when you if you beach it, it stinks. But even when you've got it submerged, it's not great. That was not it, E, the one. Maybe you could find like hoarders, woman throwing poop upstairs. Something like that. Just see what comes up. If not, I'm sure there's another fucking maniac, insane person doing that anyways. We can watch their video. So yeah, the back to this lady. Sheriffs encountered multiple pets, urine and shit throughout the house. Home was filled with garbage. We know where this is going. This is a hoarder all day, every day. 8 dogs, 2 rabbits, a cat, a parrot, and 55 pet rats were removed. Estimated the house was infested with between 200 and 700 wild rats. I don't know how they could tell which ones were wild. I mean, maybe she trained the pet rats.
Is it possible she literally has cages with some rats in the cages and then some are just running free?
Yeah. The rats were running between the rooms and all in the walls. This is a teardown. The garage, and the garbage throughout the house. This must have been like Cedar Point to these fucking rats.
Imagine if this old dude has any sense, right? He's just sitting there going, "Oh my God, how did I end up like this?
Yeah.
It's the twilight of my life."
At 96, it's possible he's a fucking World War II vet.
Right.
You know what I mean? This guy fought and almost died for his country. And now, he gets through. He's married. He's got kids. He's got, probably had a great job at one point. A wife who loved him.
Now this.
He was getting regular. He'd come home from work. Honey, I'm home. She'd blow him.
All a distant memory now.
Yeah,
living in hell.
People were excited to see him when he came waltzing through the door. They'd wait for that fucking telltale door closing sound in the driveway. Kids, Dad's home.
A distant memory.
He walks in. Ooh, meatloaf again. That's my favorite, sweetie pie. Fast forward 30 years, and he's almost buried inside feces and rats. And he's
Poor
chaired
guy.
up.
Proper.
Yeah. Oh, man. They yellow tagged the house. Doesn't sound good when the city yellow tags your house. It's the conditions. They say it's unlivable. What they're saying. I would argue, though,
It technically is livable.
proof is the 3 fucking weirdos sitting over here. Well, not standing there, but one sitting there, and the other 2. I mean, they
1,900
were
rats.
they
They're
were
alive.
living there.
Right, they're alive.
So they say it's a danger to the occupants and the animals, both caged and uncaged.
See, there you go. She picked out her favorite rats that were running around and caged them at some point.
Now, I'm disappointed with welfare services and the cops there. They say, yeah, she was on our radar a year ago. So the sheriff's office said she'd been on the radar with welfare services following an incident which was similar in nature involving her sister last year. And she said, woman chooses to live her life this way despite receiving assistance from various services.
See, there you go. It's the receipt of that disability check and other assistance.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that.
That just keeps this load going, right?
Yeah.
Just keeps cashing the checks and feeding the old man every now and then.
It's unbelievable. I need a timeout. I need a quick break to reset because watching that woman scoop shit out of one bucket into a pan.
We didn't need to see that, E.
We didn't.
I blame Jesus.
Why? Because the 5-gallon bucket filled with shit and whiz was too heavy. Wouldn't want to spill it, in the house. So she would scoop it into a smaller bucket to, I don't know, whip upstairs or something, throw into the basement. I need 5. Back in a minute.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Sorry for the delay there. Watching live. Desperately wanted to find that episode of A&E's Hoarders featuring Robin.
You found her.
I found Robin. That's her on the left there.
Lovely woman.
Oh, dude, this is the woman I wanted deleted so fucking bad, Jay. Just sitting there, and she's got nothing but shit in the house. I mean, it's fossilized. Like, they're peeling dead cats out of shit. You know, those things where the cat's just stiff as can be and dead, and, you know, and this idiot is fighting them. They're like, look, okay, Robin, this is going to be tough, I know, but, you know, she sees pots of gold everywhere she looks, and it's just infested garbage.
It's quite a mental disorder.
Shit.
Imagine that. Imagine viewing that stuff and seeing value in it. That's so twisted.
And she's white-knuckling it as they're going,
Yeah.
we're just going to, okay, what do we do with this? And she's like, there's lots of things we could use for that. It's like, no, you fucking piece of shit. It's garbage.
It's an empty envelope
It's
from
fucking
1971.
Garbage. It's got a forever stamp. Yeah, well, it's covered in shit. It's not forever stamps anymore. Fuck. And so this is when they discover upstairs. This is the moment coming up here when they discover her bathroom, what has been turned into her bathroom. And the dude, you can tell she's just whipped bags of shit up there because some of them exploded and are all over the walls. You just picture this gremlin shitting in a fucking white plastic bag and chucking it upstairs. Go ahead, Isis.
No. God. There she is, trying to throw away an old book, trying desperately.
Did we do something wrong here?
I don't know why it's.
Why is there no volume?
Item by item.
What's in there?
And she's looking at every bag and making decisions,
It's
looking
shit.
in every pocket.
Robin, it's
Is there
shit in
stuff
there.
inside of it, though?
I hope speed and trust and momentum goes up. So I don't mean to be pushing and prodding, but this
You are.
is all
You
we've
are.
got. Does anybody have any questions for me, or are you feeling okay about today? Yeah. Okay.
If you'll quit telling me to give everything away, yes.
Those aren't
Hey,
things
and
anymore.
again, Robin, I'm not telling you to give stuff away.
I feel like
We
there
just
needs
don't
to
have
be
any
more
way
of
to
a
get through
rip
your
the
stuff
Band-Aid off
with
approach.
The time we have
Yeah.
allotted.
Yeah.
Like, remove
And I
her
want
from
you
the
to start
house and
thinking
then
about what
level
you're
that
able to
shit.
use,
Yeah.
because I don't want you to see in the same
Look at her.
position
She's
that
just
you're
pouting.
in right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Throwing away my stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be a baby then. Yeah, these old cassettes. Uh-oh. Troubles are brewing. The cleanup process comes to an abrupt halt as Matt runs into a hazard situation. I wonder what Matt found.
Poor Matt.
Oh, Matt.
Oh, God.
Oh, Matt.
Midday today.
Yeah, that's Robin's
Oh,
toilet.
my
trash
God.
bags that could go.
Yeah.
And in typical hoarding style, it turns out there was more to those bags than,
Yeah,
than
not
we
just
thought.
bags.
When I confronted her, it's definitely that was her bathroom. That was her porta john.
Well, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it sure is, Robin.
Not everybody's business what happened. He just got out of hand for us.
Little
We couldn't
bit.
keep up on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
We typically find this in a lot of hoarding when the water shuts down. They don't know where to go. So this is poop. This is all human feces. And, you know,
What are you
to
gonna
make
do?
the choice in your life to take a crap in a bag and throw it in the corner is hard one time.
Look at that.
This person has completely given up at one point in their life.
Yeah,
And this
I would.
is-
That's a.
This is awful. I got to get a mask on. This is bad. You have to hand pick those bags because if you put a shovel on them, they break open. I mean, it's
Matt-
10 years of adult feces.
Matt is underpaid.
Yeah. Did you hear that last sentence
Yes,
by Matt?
10 years.
10 years of adult feces.
Yes. 10 years worth. Just piled up.
It's a long, not fun night.
Oh, God. Dude.
Yeah. Do you want Robin deleted too?
No.
Do you think we can delete
she's-
Robin now? All right, you can get out of there. 10 years.
Of adult feces.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, so we run into this from time to time. They shut off the water, and they don't know what to, I don't know what to do now. I don't have water, so it won't flush. So, well, I guess I'll shit in bags and just whip them upstairs for a decade. Delete. She's arguing. Did you see the garbage and shit
That
she was
one
trying
image-
to hang on to?
The one image where they look down the hallway and there's just those bags of feces laying there. It
Yeah.
looks like when they do sandbags, to stop
Yeah,
a flood.
sure.
It looked like it was just piled with
Yeah.
these sandbags, these white bags. God.
I
Piled
believe
4 feet high.
Oh, at least. And some of it is whipped with such force up the stairs, that it broke open and just splattered all over the walls. The day that decision is made that I shit in bags now and whip them upstairs. Boy, oh boy.
That's a turning point.
That is a turning point. There's no coming back from that, is there? Even if you recover completely, and you're going to have nightmares of those dark days when, the only other option, I guess, is just shit. Why don't you just do what the dog does and go outside? Shit on the lawn. Just shit on the lawn.
It'd be better.
Way better. I mean, the worst thing that happens if you're outside, it's like, get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! Neighbors are yelling at you, spraying you with a hose as you're shitting on their lawn.
Well, you'd go on your own lawn, I would assume.
Yeah, but eventually you're going to want to move it somewhere else. Go to a park like a dog. You know what I mean?
Under cover of darkness? Maybe it could work for a while.
Sometimes you got to shit during the day, though. I mean, you could, for a modest price of those little doggy poop bags, if you just carried those around with you, every time you felt like you had to go, you just go poop on the lawn, wherever you are, and then just pick it up and throw it away.
Oh, wait a minute. See, what are you? You're getting to a weird, different realm. Like, she's in the house just sitting there doing nothing. Like, it's one thing to say that she might go in the backyard. She's not going to walks to the park or something. Like,
look,
that's not the reason that she's not shitting.
I'm not a miracle worker, I'm just throwing out options. Because what does she do? She doesn't look like she's in any sort of physical, shape to be able to squat and hold that position. Because what do? Just put a bag betwixt your legs and then just.
Thumb over a garden hose, right into that thing.
I'm done with that. We'll tie that off and then whip it up the stairs. Close the door. Don't need to think about that anymore.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, just close. Just keep the door closed. It's a house rule. Keep the door closed.
See, those are the two extremes, Jay. I sometimes I bring it back to sex, where it's like, dude, when's the last time this lady had sex? And sometimes you say sex is so important. But if you're on two extremes, if it's so important, it's bad. But if you're at a point where you don't care anymore, then why do you have to do anything at all anymore either? You need to be in that middle zone where you're taking care of yourself just enough to be that you could be fuckable.
You at least want to poop in a toilet and flush it away, have it go away.
I'd rather be the extreme that sees one little thing of lint on a fucking picture frame hanging on the wall and freaks out. Everything's got to be spotless. Or the other extreme where you're shitting in bags and whipping them upstairs. I'd much rather have that nut job living with me, the one that's worried about the little dust mite here and there. God, I think that episode also includes Ken, and Ken believe that, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one where family hasn't visited in a decade and goes there, and this woman is trying to assess the house, one of the A&E people from the show. I was like, she's wearing open-toed sandals. Upstairs, she's like, I just feel this mush on my foot. The fucking sewage is just 3 inches thick. She's walking through fucking sewage in the house.
Sewage is the thing. Apparently, like that guy said, probably though, if they're just in their house doing nothing, he's right. Somehow, eventually, the water they don't fill up, they don't clean their, have their pump drained or whatever, and now it backs up, and they don't know what to do, and
don't know what to do, so I guess I'll just live in it. I suppose that's the best option.
What is the day to day? What is the day to day? What do they do all day?
Sitting in the same chair, watching the same stories.
Yep.
Are they excited about
things?
We do
a little Price is Right, little General Hospital, perhaps, maybe. One Life to Live, and then take ourselves a nice healthy dump and whiz into a bag. And then I don't know. I want them deleted, man. They're toddlers. That guy is he's all gung ho. Yep, it's got to be done. He's looking at tens of thousands of dollars in fines and jail time if he doesn't clean his shithole up. And he's all gung ho. I got to do it. Yep, with your guys. You got a TV show there willing to help do all the fucking work. Right. And he's got it set up with them, so he's got a keep pile, a throwaway pile, and a maybe pile. And he wants everything in the maybe pile. And she's going, look, can we have a 3-second rule? This is like a 60-year-old man. How about we make a decision on something within 3 seconds? Oh, I can't do it that fast. I need more time. And then I need more time later.
You've had 50 years. You've had 50 years already.
No, dude, fuck you. No. How about I'm making all the calls? I think you're right. Band-Aid, tear it off. Dude, you're going to Disneyland for the day. When you come back, if you're lucky, this house is still here. If you're lucky, we've cleaned it up. It's possible you're going to lose it. Sorry. And then you have the big truck there reveal, and then they open the doors
and
it's
truck.
Move that truck, and it's just gone. It's this is your plot of land, sir. That's what you did to your house. Sorry.
Clearly deep mental issues.
Yeah.
At play here.
Oh my God. just don't know how you live in it, fucking sleep in it. On a happier note, see what's coming out Friday. Motley Crue movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You get excited for that? Are you gonna watch that?
Sure.
The Dirt.
Is it even true?
I know. Now that we learned that Nikki Sixx is backing off some of these claims.
Are we watching a movie now, or are we watching an actual?
Just the rape thing.
I know.
The potential rape that he's worried about, and I don't blame him. You don't want to have an open rape there, hanging over your head. You know, days were different in the '80s. Rape was frowned upon in the '80s, right? In the '80s, like passed out girl in a Motley Crue hotel room.
There's plenty of blame to go around in those days.
Yeah. We've learned. We've moved on, but, you know, you can't give me a ticket for fucking someone.
Groupie, don't pass out next time.
What are you thinking? You're lucky you didn't get a fish stuffed in there, which has happened too. So, they say, I hope it's good. They say there's not been a ton of reviews. I think they just had the premiere Monday night in Los Angeles, and so far people came out of it liking it. So it's basically their whole career from bar band or whatever to, you know, the rise they had and playing all over the world. And so Vince says, you know, they're asking, like, is this like the rock star lifestyle that we see even more outrageous? You know, and Vince is like, yeah, it was even more outrageous than the movie depicts. It was that fucking crazy. We were young kids, crazy, wanted to live for that excess. I think they capture it in the film without going completely overboard on it. So it's based on the book they did, and so Machine Gun Kelly, are you familiar with him? All I know is
I know who he is.
He's a rapper. I guess he plays Tommy Lee. I don't really know who he is. I know he's best friends with like Pete Davidson.
Got that huge beef with Eminem recently.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
6 months ago or something, maybe now. But
Douglas Booth is playing Nikki Sixx. Daniel Weber is Vince Neil. You know, MTV Films bought this in 2006, and then they couldn't get their shit together for a decade. It was like a decade that went by, and Nikki's like, nope, everybody wanted to change it and make it like for today and not really what the book was. And so it took Jeff Tremaine coming in, the guy that did Jackass. You love Jeff Tremaine.
I do.
And they're really happy with it. So Netflix came in, saved the project in 2017. So he says, yeah, we were attached to some production companies and directs for more than a decade. We lost the original cast. Liam Hemsworth, I guess, was supposed to be in it. I don't know what he would have played, but they were worried about the ratings and different and fitting into the landscape. But we stood our ground. We wanted to be able to tell the story as honestly from that era as we could. So the first half is just like the party scene and all that, and then it gets into Nikki dying for 2 minutes, which led to Kickstart My Heart, the song. He wrote that after heroin overdose. And then Vince Neil, that's got to be a tough one to tackle because of
killing a guy and all.
Well, you know, Nicholas Razzle, the drummer from Hanoi Rocks, killed him, and then his daughter, you know, his young daughter dying of cancer.
I didn't know that.
It's I can't remember what's her name, Skylar. I think her name was
Spoiler alert.
She died a long time ago.
I didn't know that, so I guess I already know that going in now.
So Nikki was doing, he says, a little over, not under, but a little bit over $1,000 a day in heroin.
Whew.
That's a lot of heroin. $1,000 a day. And then probably the same amount, little over $1,000 per day in coke and booze.
God, dude.
Yep. I was in a downward spiral. I would agree. Downward spiral is probably not even the right words. It was eventually going to end up dead or bankrupt, and that was hard to watch in the film. And so, yeah, Nicholas Razzle Dingley doing that. And Vince, you know, I mean, he paid his dues to society. 15 days in jail. And,
I remember that. Well, they had the tour.
And then the world tour.
Yeah, he was going right on tour. I believe that he was kicking off the, was that the Theater of Pain tour that he was doing there? Or maybe Shout at the Devil. I can't remember. But the argument was brilliant because he had a $2 million judgment against him for the family. It was like, well,
you want me to make some money or not?
Do you want the $2 million? Because if you do, he's got to be out on the road. And it's so sad because those guys in the band didn't give a fuck that Vince wasn't allowed to touch shit. And they just did everything in front of him. They're on the plane just fucking doing rails and everything. They just drunk as shit trying to talk Vince into doing it. And Vince is like, no, I can't. He tried. He lasted a little while and then right back into debauchery. But, you know, 15 days, dude. I spent one night in jail and it sucked. It stunk. So 15 days, I mean, that's tough. And then 5 years probation.
Is that how long he was supposed to have to stay dry? For 5 years?
I don't know. I mean, that was
I want to know how long he was supposed to have
no way.
to
That was never going to happen. But he's like, yeah, I tried to stay sober for a few years. It's tough. There's no support system around here. They were all doing blow and drinking and carrying on. I couldn't be part of it. And they got mad at him. They were mad at Vince. Like, oh, man, they're telling us not to party as hard because of you, dick liquor. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. And
what's it on, Netflix?
Yeah. Netflix. Yep. They did get together and record 4 new songs, I guess, for the soundtrack, including Like a Virgin. They covered Like a Virgin, the Madonna song. Imagine Motley Crue doing Like a Virgin, but I guess they did. Anyway. So yeah, Friday that drops, and I'm looking forward to that. It seems like it's been waiting forever. I remember when they first announced it.
The folks over at MyPillow, as you know, Mike, are hot about these Giza sheets you may have heard of.
Sure.
They're from the Giza region. I think you know. It's the finest cotton in the world.
Sure.
And they want to sell you Giza sheets, everybody. So use TDC code. Go to mypillow.com. Get the Gizas. There's multiple color options.
I own it all. If you want Giza, you come to me.
They're great sheets. I sleep on them every night.
Do you like them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Big fan.
Sure.
I don't have
TDC code. We'll get you the very best discount.
Yeah. E sent me this actually. The mouse.
Oh.
Did you see this video? Did he show this to you at all?
No, I didn't.
Some guy, retired electrician, Steve McKeers, and he's noticing in his shed, like, God damn it, I know I put that stuff there, and it was just sitting right there on the table. And then it's all cleaned up. And he's like, what's going on here? And he's doing this. He's like, I thought I was losing my mind. And so he calls his buddy up, and the two of them rig up a camera system to see what's going on here, to see if he's losing his mind. And he's finally getting to the point where he's dumping shit all over the ground. And yeah, sure as shit, it's all cleaned up the next morning. There's a mouse in there, and the mouse is all tidying up.
A helpful mouse.
Yep. He was chucking things into the box, metal things. And I haven't seen it yet, but E sent it to me. Let's check it out. Yeah, God, this guy's making a mess again. I'm going to put that away. Put that back in here.
What the hell, man?
It gets...
All right, there we go. It goes back in the box. This guy's a pig. Yeah, look at that poops. Look at that poops. Cleaning's up. Yeah, hold on. Oh, this is going to be hard. Oh, boy. That's too heavy. I'll get it. Oh, God. I need help with that one. All right, I can fit that in there. Look at him tidying up, dude.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Get this guy. Yeah, that'll go. Poops. What are you doing, Poops?
Gotta do something.
It's not your job. It's not your job to clean up the mess. And it sure is. I gotta live here, too. This nail will go nice in here. He's picking up nails. Yeah, that's a screw. Not anymore out here on tops.
The big items are to me are the funniest, obviously.
Oh, does he?
Well, no, just like that one even. Like that, anything that's bigger than a nail is impressive.
He's been doing this for a month, dude. Every time shit's laid out.
I think it starts all over. Here we go.
Reminds me of the Wheeze, man. The Wheeze that Deuce had a ferret who lived with us.
Yeah.
And the Wheeze used to steal my shit all the time. And she'd be pulling pans across the floor.
He was almost knocked over by that. A little heavy. Hold on, I'll get it. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
What would the Wheeze steal?
Mostly pens and things like that.
Which is annoying as shit when someone steals your pens.
Pens, forks, knives, that sort of thing. But it reminds me of that, like how big these items are that this mouse is moving. The Wheeze would be the same way. It didn't matter how big it was. If she wanted it, she's pulling it across the room.
Not food or something. I would think they would take like
no, they're all
off
items.
The counter.
And if you're missing something, you could always look under this one chair.
This dude's awesome. Yeah, I gotta make up for it, make myself useful. I don't have the luxury of a bushy tail, so I gotta make myself cute, put that away. Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Dude, isn't that crazy? I wonder what's going on in his head that makes him, you know what I mean? Like, what is the wiring process in that mouse's head that he's like, well, would you look at this? The place is a shithole again. Yeah, gotta clean it up. I wouldn't want to have
That's
a
the thing. Does he
here.
get mad every night? Does he like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, dude, I just fucking cleaned up, dude.
Yeah, now it's getting worse, too. These guys are making a way bigger mess. He said 2.5 hours. This little guy, before he would take a nap, 2.5 hours, he's just picking shit up and putting it away. Picking it up, putting it away. What do you do with that? Do you keep making a mess? Every night? Even after you find that? You think someone likes to do?
Give him something.
I mean, I'd want to film it and just put like one item out and see if it drives him nuts that he doesn't have shit to do now. He's just like sitting there twiddling his thumbs like,
yeah, he probably loves it.
Now what do I do? Yeah, poor guy. He's working so hard. Oh, boy. the assistant principal, who last week knew he was suspended pending an investigation. He was the one that went into the men's bathroom and then took on that trans kid in there. I was like, gotta be honest, man, you freaked me out.
Yeah, I remember
that dude. Yeah, he's
one of the many stories that you just go, in this day and age, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Begging to get fired.
Yeah,
basically, it's an assistant principal too, in West Virginia, accused of harassing a transgender student inside the boys' bathroom, out of his job, but he gets to finish the year.
What?
It's not bad. I don't know if that includes summer school, but
he gets to finish the year.
Yeah,
but
which isn't that kind of weird? It's like if he's deemed not fit to be around students because of his attitude or behavior,
but we'll let him finish out the year.
Could be the result of a union grievance process.
Perhaps. You know, I look at it like you could probably do without an assistant principal for
4 months, 3 months,
for a couple months.
We dove in pretty hard on the duties of an assistant principal not too long ago, and it does seem to me you could do without one.
Well, it depends if it's one of those schools with like 6 assistant principals, or if it's just the principal and then the assistant. Because I thought we discovered that the assistant principal really does much of the heavy lifting. A
lot of the discipline. It's just discipline.
Yeah, but as far as like contact with students and mixing it up in the hallways, that's really on the assistant. Didn't you get the sense that a principal is more just kind of a figure? You know, he's just kind of a figurehead, just kind of there. Like maybe he gives the morning announcements, but other than that, his day's basically over once he gets through the morning announcements.
Morning announcements.
You know, I mean, that's kind of the feeling I got. Like he's the one that's got to call the parents, the assistant, call the parents when your kid's a shithead, and so maybe they just don't want to shake him yet until they can get a new assistant principal in there. But yeah, they voted to the Board of Education voted to not renew a probationary contract for Lee Livingood.
Now I remember the story.
Yeah, he ain't living good now, huh? Am I right? Fuck. 15-year-old Michael Critchfield. I'd like to know how long he's been Mike. You know, this is that happened in the men's room at Liberty High School. Gotta be honest, man, you freaked me out. Which was the funniest line in the story. Crutchfield identifies as male, and Livingood ordered him to prove his gender by prove it. Use the urinal. Use the urinal.
I don't remember that part. That's funny.
Yeah. Livingood entered the boys' bathroom and asked if any students were in the stall. Critchfield confirmed he was, but said that when he left the stall, Livingood was standing in the bathroom doorway blocking the exit. He barricaded him in and demanded to know why he was in the men's shitter.
Yeah, why you peeing sitting down?
Yeah.
Boy.
Just a normal boy taking a sit-down whiz like we all do.
Yeah, I'm a visual learner. Do you have images that could help me out here?
These
are the
one.
two
Which
individuals
one's the
involved.
Trans student on the right. Is that Michael on the right there?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Yeah. Who's that?
Same.
Another student? Or is
Yeah.
that-
No.
was that Michael or was that?
Those are the students. Yeah, on the right.
Okay. So he says he replied, "It's his legal right. I identify as male." Livingood used improper pronouns and asked him to use a urinal to prove he was a boy. I wonder what improper pronouns he used. You know,
him or her,
tranny, him and her. Yeah. So Michael's trying repeatedly, and he's constantly interrupted by Livingood. Livingood won't let Mike get a word out. And come out here and use the urinal. Use the urinal. If you can't use the urinal, you shouldn't be in here. And then Livingood went on to exclaim, "I'm not going to lie, man, he freaked me out." So his mom, Mike's mom, says, "As a parent, this is my child you're talking to. His job is to provide safety, to protect my son while in school, not bully, not badger, not humiliate, not to tear someone down, not to cause phobia, not cause discrimination against him." What is he teaching our students?
Did she use air quotes when she said "my son"?
I doubt it.
Can't tell.
You think that was hard to say, like the first time she had to say,
"My daughter, son,
my son." Linda, you remember my son, Michael? Like, you get used to it.
Sure.
But out of the gate, I mean, how many errors do you get before the kid's like, "Dude,
It's gotta
Mom,
be tough."
I'm your son, not your daughter."
Yeah.
You remember my boy, Mike? I've never met Michael. I remember Michelle. Michelle's dead. We don't talk about Michelle.
No, Mom, this is a boy vagina right here.
Right.
Just going to go take a nice, healthy sit-down whiz, and then I'll join you all at the table for dinner, okay? It's what all us guys do.
Ah.
And then lastly, because you always say, Jay, and I think wrongly so, that mental illness is behind whatever the transgender thing we're going through. And I've got a gender fluid. Does gender fluid count? Because this is a they. So
A being.
it's a being, kind of like Hope, whatever, Hope Rainbow or something, whatever that fucking being was. This is another one proving, I think, finally that they are not mentally ill. And posted a video posted by Grimiest, sex worker in Brooklyn. Do you have that video, E?
Yeah. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
This thing?
So it's they is gender fluid.
No, she's.
Go ahead, E.
Is that caption accurate? Oh, God.
This is in a airplane.
Pisses me off that they didn't have Snapchat when I was younger.
Come on, E. Hit play. Oh, yeah.
Look at this being, what it's about to do. Oh, God.
Yeah.
She's licking the edge of a toilet in a freaking airplane.
Yep.
Up and down all over. Oh, my God.
They kind of has a cute tongue, though. If you look at that tongue, it doesn't look like it's gotten abused.
I think that's the only reason she has any views. Is it a she?
It's not a she, it's a they. E.
Okay,
God damn it.
well,
Stop being insensitive.
the part
you
of me that
fucking
thinks she's a she.
transphobic. It's not a bad tongue, though.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah. So licking the airplane toilet because I'm gross like that.
Yes.
She it posted this video with the caption, I've licked a lot of toilets in my day, but this was the first that made my tongue go numb.
I don't even believe that, for one, by the way. But
What?
That her tongue went numb.
Yeah, I don't really either. One person replied, it's numb because you just contracted 1,200 diseases at once. I would agree. Dude, is there anything grosser than a fucking public toilet anywhere?
Man.
And an airplane at that? I don't know what it is.
If you touch it with your hand, let alone your tongue, right?
Yes. I wouldn't want to. I don't know what it is, but you've got that. It seems like
it'd be tough for me to turn around and touch my panted leg against that toilet rim.
Yeah.
Let alone to reach down and touch it with my tongue.
Yeah. They're cramped, tiny little spaces, and it seems like everybody gets an upset tummy on a fucking flight. I don't know what that's about, but it's like you see people beelining for that goddamn bathroom in there, and you know they're just holy hell's breaking loose, you know? And I don't think people care that much to, like, clean up. It's a fucking airplane. Who cares?
This has just been the most off-putting half hour of my life.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Well, it just shows you to be thankful for what you have, Jay. You know, relatively clean kids and house. I bet there are hardly ever bags of shit whipped up or down your stairs. Your staircase.
It happens, but...
What do you got there, E?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, did you need to say something, E?
Before we get to email, a word about our fine sponsors at Twin Peaks.
Poured over a handmade ice ball.
Oh, shit.
Or one of
boy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, boy. Sorry, guys.
Peaks, you're encouraged to indulge in a
dude.
barrel-aged...
man.
We'll wait. We'll wait, E.
Aged bourbon poured over a hand...
I don't know what's fucking doing. It's not starting right at 0.
Fucking God.
You got this, E. My bones.
Fucking Bush League. God
At
damn
Twin
it.
Peaks, you're encouraged to indulge in a barrel-aged bourbon poured over a handmade ice ball, or one of the new classic bourbon cocktails, like the Manhattan. Pair one with a made-from-scratch menu item that are rumored to be every fan's favorite. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
It's rumored that they're every fan's favorite?
That's what I said.
Hey, if you want to write in the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com, similar to Derek, who writes in concerning Cozumel. Cozumel came up yesterday in a post, I believe.
Yep.
What up, fags? Had to email in and share my experience in lovely Cozumel, Mexico. Me and my friend James, also a listener, went on a cruise in about 2013. And one of the destinations was Cozumel. Us being dumb Americans, we were walking around asking about a wrestling show. We wanted to see a Luca Libre. Is that
Lucha? Yes. Fuck, I can't pronounce it, but I know it's the ones with the mask. When the guys when the guys have the mask, that's the style of that is.
Like Nacho Libre,
yes,
the movie.
Yes.
Okay. Show. So we start just asking anyone about where one would locate that. We get directed to a very shady storefront. Yeah.
I bet you did.
The man out front says what I believe to be the words upstairs. So we mosey on upstairs, dude.
Why not?
Balls.
End up at a donkey show.
This place ended up being a strip club with what looked like a tranny on the pole and the most thugged out Mexicans I have ever seen in my life. They looked like gangsters, needless to say. We abruptly got the fuck out of there. Fucking shithole countries, am I right?
Yeah, I think we as Americans have this idea that places we go around the world are going to be just like America.
Yeah.
Safe, you can trust. Somebody's got this.
The regulatory system of Mexico certainly has this all worked out.
Nothing to fear here.
Nothing.
The bouncers will make sure I'm protected from, gringos over here in the corner. No, dude, you are on your own.
We're a nation of laws, are they not?
Yeah, of course.
They are not.
It's pretty damn good here, dude. Like, even the strip clubs, man, are pretty fucking regulated. You're not gonna,
You guys been in any sketchy Mexican situations? I know you had your pharmaceutical issue there.
There was a lot of dirt roads where we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you went out to what, Chichen Itza?
Yeah.
And on the way back from there. But I went to, I think it was Matamoros. I always want to say Metamora, but I think it was Matamoros, Mexico, which is right on the right near the tip of Texas, essentially.
Okay.
When I was at South Padre Island, we went to, let's cross the border and buy dumb shit and whatever. And there were times, man, where if we would have zigged instead of zagged, like we would have ended up down some shit ass alleys. And I think that was the town where like a year before some college kid was abducted and found headless.
Yeah, always with the headless.
Yeah, lots of headless shit.
Love the headless. Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Sends a message, right?
It does. Clearly, it sends a message. Yeah, that town that I was in, it wasn't scary. But it was just like, boy, oh boy, this is rural as shit.
Rural.
You know what I mean? Just like dirt roads. And I mean, dude, there was a dirt floor in the pharmacy I went in when the guy let me come behind the counter.
Dirt floored pharmacy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, I know what I'm looking for. Just let me come back there. And, oh, yes, my friend. Let me come back there and just rifle through the fucking cabinets looking for oxys. Kidding me? Yes, that happened. For real. He's going, see, senor, maybe you mean this. You want that? I'm like, no, fuck you and your Cialis, dog. My dick's fine. Where's your goddamn painkillers?
Oh, that's wild. Sean writes in concerning the beautiful game. All right, gentlemen, just feel free to check out here. Jay, my dad and I, a fellow listener, would love to hear your thoughts on Liverpool's chance to win the Champions League.
All right, man.
I was waiting for this.
Everybody.
I've been waiting for this email for years.
Appreciate you guys hanging with us today. It's been great.
And/or the Premier League title.
We got one more show this week, so.
Well, as you know, Mike, Liverpool is one of the final four in the Champions League this year.
Who doesn't know that?
Or one of the final eight. I'm sorry, they will be one of the final four for sure. Sean, what I see happening is probably Liverpool up against Barcelona, as do you.
How obvious of a pick can you make?
They have a great chance to win the Premier League title, although it appears to me that Man City has an easier route. The final 5 or 6 games, the handful of games that they have left. But, yeah, they're a good team. I like Man City better, though, I got to say.
What about the Express?
The Detroit Express,
Are they still in the tournament?
Keith Furphy and Brian Tinian?
Sure. Of course, you know actual players from the fucking.
Hey man, I got a Detroit Express T-shirt.
I know you do. I love that T-shirt.
Yeah.
So are they still in the tournament?
No, they're out.
What about that new team in Seattle? Are they in it this year? Are they making waves?
Team in Seattle?
Isn't there a team in Seattle?
I mean, it's
Seattle
not new.
Kicks or something, or
the MLS team.
Yeah,
the Sounders. They've been there a long time.
Whatever. I mean, I just found out about them like last week.
Champions League is where it's at, gentlemen. You want to see some non-American real sport out there? Oof. Go check out Champions League.
You know, people are screaming at their fucking whatever they're listening to us on right now.
And then lastly, I wanted to mention listener Josh, and his sweet tattoo of the leprechaun. We were talking about the leprechaun.
Dude, killer tattoo. I fucking
can't
love
believe it. We talked about how this sketch went viral back in the day when that story hit. Well, it appears that Josh got that tattooed on an arm, leg. What is that?
I think
looks
that's
like
an
an
back
of the arm.
There's his head. That's his elbow, maybe.
Yeah,
yeah, like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Boy, that would hurt. That is a genius tat. As far as tattoos go,
it's nice.
We should all get that one. Kind of like Kid Rock and Eminem. They all got the D on their forearm. We should all get matching. Could be a crackhead. Leprechaun drawn.
Could be a crackhead.
That is brilliant. Ugh.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right, very good. Well, let's call it a day. Josh Reel's coming in tomorrow, and I believe Jenny. I think is from Russia. So, we might have a sweet-ass Russian accent in here. For
no
a few minutes tomorrow.
way.
Yeah. She's a producer on the film. And we'll have another pair of tickets to give away tomorrow for the Red Carpet charity event going on Friday at the Imagine Royal Oak. These are like $160 a ticket. So it's got cocktails and blah, 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 Q&A, I think, and whole red carpet event there at the Imagine Royal Oak. So it'd be cool. We'll give those away tomorrow, and hopefully you'll join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.